This morning's headlines: 83 small businesses and 59 acts on stage as the 2024 TV Lash Kweyol gets underway at Botanic Gardens today. Antigua and Barbuda's Prime Minister among Caribbean leaders heading to Commonwealth Heads meeting in Samoa this week. And news from the international scene: 5 new lawsuits filed against the hip-hop mogul Sean Diddy Combs. This is the DBS Morning News. The details right after this.
The range of Kin juices are 100% natural with no added sugar. Kin offers a range of refreshing juices which are enriched with vitamin C and no added preservatives. Delight yourself in one of Kin's nectars or treat your little ones with a Kinita box drink at a refreshingly low price today. Kin, the juice in our lives. Sold at major supermarkets island-wide. Distributed by Fine Foods Inc.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
DBS News.
Welcome back to the DBS Major Morning News. My name is Curtis Matthew. Here we go with our lead story. An avenue for small businesses to showcase their goods and services opens at the Botanic Gardens this morning. TV Lash Kweyol, which runs from today to Thursday from 12 noon to 8 p.m., will bring together 83 vendors and 59 acts on stage. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry for Small Business Development, Gloria Joseph, says TV Lash Kweyol gets underway with an opening ceremony at 11 o'clock.
TV Lash Kweyol is everything Dominican, tout bite Dominique, where we have a display of arts, culture, craft, business of all kinds, agro-processing, manufacturing, you name it, will be on at TV Lash Kweyol at the Botanic Gardens. We start on Monday with an official ceremony at 11 o'clock, and that will go on for 1 hour. And from noon bang on, we start off with the day's activities. It will be sales, it will be children's fun, and it will be a lot of vending and persons coming in their numbers to just integrate, to meet with each other, to shop, to experience what is there, to get their foods, their really exotic foods that they want at this time of year, will be available on sale. The drinks that they desire will be available on sale at the Botanic Gardens. In terms of vendors, we have a total of 83 vendors. Of that 83, about 28 of them are food and beverage vendors, and all the others are craft items, food processed items, agro-processed products, health and wellness products, beauty products, you name it. Everything will be right there at the Botanic Gardens.
And that's the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry for Small Business Development, Gloria Joseph. She says patrons entering Botanic Gardens will be thrilled by the layout established at the gardens for the event.
They can expect to have the experience, the Kalinago experience, right at the entrance. And from there on, if they go to their right, there are experiencing all of the craft vendors and the product vendors that are there. As they move up from the left upwards, northwards, they will be experiencing all the drinks vendors as well as the cassava house. They will have an experience with traditionally how cassava was processed into farine and how it is being done today. So this will be a real educational experience. Dexia will also be there with locally produced products on display from various producers, and we expect that people will experience that as well. The cultural division will also have an expression of various cultural forms, art forms, etc. The patrons also will now move from that area and they will go to the food and beverage section, where they will experience all types of beautiful foods, sumptuous foods that are provided and produced in Dominica, and have the experience. As they go towards the left, they will experience the kids zone. This is a real excitement fun pack for the children with all their favorite games and activities.
And that's the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry for Small Business Development, Gloria Joseph. Meanwhile, First Serenade Band is among the acts for the first day of TV Lash Kweyol. Other acts are The Rush, All Stars Rhythm Knockers, MFR, Kalinago Dancers, Patriotic Dancers, Tradibel, Flamboyant Dancers, and Pashiwalk and DJs. The event will begin at 12 o'clock. Today, DBS Radio will be on top of the TV Lash Kweyol. Meanwhile, the police have announced new traffic arrangements to accommodate this week's TV Lash Kweyol at the Botanic Gardens. Inspector Simon Edwards is head of the traffic department.
The following traffic arrangements will come into effect from 11:30 a.m. each day until 6 p.m. There will be no through traffic on Valley Road from its intersection with Emsall Road to Bath Road. No through traffic onto Boys Avenue from Bath Road. There will be no through traffic in the Botanic Gardens except for local access for individuals working at offices within the Botanic Gardens. From 12:30 p.m. to 2 p.m. each day from October 21 to 24, 2024, motorists will be allowed to enter and exit the Botanic Gardens from Bath Road to facilitate the collection of school children. On each day for the duration of the event, motorists traveling to and from Bath Estate, Emsall and the Valley are to use the link road from the Bath Estate Bridge to the New East Bridge. No parking will be allowed on either side of Valley Road from its intersection with Bath Road to the Bath Estate Bridge. No parking between the main Botanic Gardens Road from the East Gate to the Southwestern Gate on Bath Road. No parking on the Link Road from the New Link Bridge to the Bath Estate Bridge. No parking on Bath Road between the intersection of Independence Street and Bath Road to the Monroe Junction near the public cemetery.
And that's head of the traffic department, Inspector Simon Edwards. A community leader of La Plaine, cultural enthusiast and sportsperson, has been sacked cultural elder for 2024. Hilda Inda Prosper was sacked during Heritage Day in La Plaine on Sunday.
Mrs. Prosper is an industrious woman who believes that once you set your mind to something, it can be achieved, no matter the situation. A motto she instilled in her children and one that she carried with her through life, which is why it was never a burden when she walked from house to house in La Plaine from 6 a.m. to sell her produce to the villagers. On weekends, Inda would put down her boots and cutlass and don sportswear and a rounders bat as a rounders player, and would also serve as the cook for the Cavaliers cricket team. Apart from sports, Mrs. Prosper had a love for Dominica's traditional culture, in particular ballet, which she learned from her mom, who she accompanied to dances. For several years, she was the leader and chatwell of the La Plaine Ballet Group, which participated in cultural competitions in the Southeast. She was also an able helper to her husband, who participated in court competitions. Being a member of the Social League, an active member of the La Plaine Catholic Church, and one of the community leaders on National Day of Community Service, both as a cook and assisting in the cleanup efforts, Mrs. Prosper has done it all with a heart full of love for her family and community. It can be said that she is a mother to all in the community, as she never shied away from participating, imparting knowledge, and being a constant presence in the community life in La Plaine.
And that's the Acting Chief Cultural Officer, Erlson Matthew. 3 other awards were presented to residents of La Plaine during Heritage Day on Sunday. The awards went to Hartman Coffee for entrepreneurship and small business, Biko Williams for sports, and Chosa Baron for farming. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit called on the community of La Plaine and Dominica to consider ways in which their heritage can be promoted. He told the Heritage Day ceremony in La Plaine yesterday that the economic benefits to be derived from heritage present employment opportunities for the people.
But we're here to celebrate our culture in this part of Dominica. And I want to say to us that we should not only use our heritage or culture to entertain each other. We have to start looking at it from an economic standpoint as well. How do we use our heritage to promote heritage tourism in La Plaine and the Southeast and benefit from it? You have a very rich history of indigenous presence here in La Plaine, of European presence in La Plaine. And in this constituency, this part of Dominica, including Dalis and Boudica, you have a very strong tradition of the runaway slave culture and the presence in Victoria and other parts of Dalis. You were one of the major areas where the slaves went in, the runaway slaves went in, and prepared the defense and eventual emancipation of slaves across Dominica. And so how do we share this culture with not only our children, but the world, and how do we benefit from it? And I want us to promote heritage tourism much more than we're doing, not only during Independence time and say it's all part of our independence celebration, but it also must bring money to us. And I believe that we have an opportunity to make money from our heritage here in this part.
And that's Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit speaking at Heritage Day celebration in La Plaine on Sunday. Meanwhile, Minister for Culture Greta Roberts told the Southeast communities that the traditions which made them special should be encouraged.
So in these selected communities, we can see customs handed down through generations, practices that have not only endured, but continue to shape our identity as Dominicans. We need to take pride in these traditions because they connect us to our ancestors and guide our youth who are tasked with preserving them for the future. I speak of the traditional foods and culinary methods, the way we prepared our dishes that have been cherished for generations. The practice of traditional farming techniques, growing the same crops our great-grandparents cultivated. The flavors of our local dishes, the bakes, the smoked fish, tonton, crab callaloo, and coubignon, which still fill the kitchens throughout the Southeast and Dominica by extension. Our language, too, carries the essence of our culture. The Creole we speak is a vibrant expression of our humor, our wisdom, and our identity. It remains alive in our homes, our villages, and in our celebrations. Other aspects of our heritage which are known to thrive here in La Plaine and neighboring communities are our herbal remedies.
Minister responsible for culture, Greta Roberts. Officials from the Caribbean Public Health Agency, CAFA, will begin a training program in Dominica this morning on disease outbreak. Acting Chief Medical Officer says the CAFA intervention comes ahead of the World Creole Music Festival.
Sometime earlier this year, we would have been informed that there was the T20 World Cup Series, cricket series happening, and quite a few countries benefited from trainings done by CARFA. And as Chief Medical Officer, I reached out to CARFA and basically sold Dominica in that we may not have had cricket. However, we do have mass gatherings. Our carnival is expanding yearly, and our World Creole Festival started local, regionally, and now we're international. Everybody tries to make it to Dominica for our festival. And so they bought into that and have agreed to come to Dominica. On the 21st and 22nd, we'll be doing an outbreak simulation exercise that's being held at the Fort Young Hotel from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Quite a few stakeholders have come on board, and I'm speaking fire and ambulance, police, the Office of Disaster Management. We have doctors, we have nurses, we have the A&E doctors at the hospital and the administration of the hospital. We also have the acute psychiatric unit. So we have quite a few persons, all the key stakeholders who will be in the case of an outbreak. They would be the ones that we would call upon. And so we saw it fit that before people started descending at the stadium, that we prepare ourselves again, like I said, that we don't want to be caught with our pants down, and we want to ensure that everything that we do it well, and that we preempt anything that may arise.
And that's the Acting Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Lenora Favre Drago. Well, that CAFA training program will begin at Fort Young Hotel this morning. Well, Prime Minister Gaston Brown is among regional leaders heading to the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting in Samoa from October 23 to the 26th. Brown's delegation will include Housing Minister Maria Brown and Her Excellency Karen McHale, Commissioner for Antigua and Barbuda in London. Mr. Brown will engage in high-level meetings and bilateral discussions aimed at strengthening cooperation among Commonwealth nations. The Prime Minister will also be advocating for Antigua to host the next Commonwealth Heads meeting in 2026. Finally, this morning, 5 civil lawsuits have been filed against Sean Diddy Combs in a federal court in New York. 2 men and 3 women accused the hip-hop mogul of sexually assaulting them at various parties in LA, New York, and Las Vegas. The youngest plaintiff was 13 years at the time of the alleged incident. Mr. Combs remains in custody at a Brooklyn jail. He is separately facing federal charges of sex trafficking and racketeering, which he has denied. It is 13 minutes after 7 o'clock. That's news. The sports report comes up shortly.
The range of King juices are 100% natural with no added sugar. King offers a range of refreshing juices which are enriched with vitamin C and no added preservatives. Delight yourself in one of King's nectars or treat your little ones with a Kinita box drink at a refreshingly low price today. Keen, the juice in our lives. Sold at major supermarkets island-wide. Distributed by Fine Foods Inc.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
Covering the nation and beyond. DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
One easy loan.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
To upgrade my phone and even my home with one simple loan.
More money.
To have your wedding, to go traveling, to do anything.
More money.
No security. Speedy delivery, just check NBT. Apply anytime. In branch or line, it's more money time.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
No collateral.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Speedy delivery.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Just check NBT.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Let's begin the DBS Morning Sports Report with some good news for Thea Laffogatson. The Olympic gold medalist has copped another prestigious award following her exploits at the Summer Paris Olympic Games. The Olympic champion picked up the Female Breakthrough Award at the inaugural Karnak Sports Awards Saturday in the Turks and Caicos Islands. This award honors athletes who earned their first medals in major international competitions.
And the winner of this particular award, that's the second Breakthrough Award, is Tia Lafon Gadson of Dominica. Now, Tia Lafon Gadson has broken new ground for Dominica, securing the country's first ever Olympic gold medal in the women's triple jump at the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris, with a remarkable world's leading distance of 15.02 meters. Now, this achievement not only set a new national record for Dominica, but also marked a historic moment for the country, ending a 28-year wait for an Olympic medal. Her success is truly a groundbreaking moment for Dominica. Unfortunately, Ms. Lafon couldn't be with us here tonight, so we'd like to invite the president of the Dominica Olympic Committee, Mr. Billy Dottrove, to receive this award on her behalf.
Well, St. Lucia's Julian Alfred also received a Female Breakthrough Athlete of the Year award as well. She was also named the Caribbean Female Sports Personality of the Year. Some cricket news now. Valley Hikers manager Gary Benjamin feels the Hikers will have the tools to repeat as champions in the Dream 11 Nature Isle T10 tournament. His comments following the player draft at the weekend. The Hikers, they were able to secure the services of all-rounder Zidane Haywood from Barbados, Javel St. Paul from Grenada, and the all-rounder Courtney Anselm in the player draft at the weekend. The Hikers' full team is Vincent Lewis, Raishon Williams from Barbados, Courtney Anselm, Micah Joseph, Malachi Xavier, Jason Lamoth, Luvio Charles, Savio Anselm, Alvin St. Jolly, Emil Gilbert, Kervel Marie, Javel St. Paul, and Zidane Haywood. Valley Hikers manager Gary Benjamin says Courtney Anselm was a big pick at the weekend.
Valley Hikers, when we look at the draft and realize that the local talents, Courtney and Jas and these guys were there, we set our plan around, looking at these guys, and having gotten Courtney, we can see that it's a good pick because Courtney has proven to be a champion. For the champion divers, he have done well, and whenever the opportunity comes for him as a batter or bowler, he have executed all the plans that the coach wants.
All right, and you've also added Malachi Xavier, who's another top-order batsman and can also be handy with the spin as well.
Yeah, Malachi played for us in the 4th edition, He did well. I mean, you look at him; he was one of the guys who took a fifer. And if you look at the history of the league, not many guys have taken 5 wickets. And Malachi provide that sort of batting at the top and bowling when he's called upon, the off spin and bowling that he does. And these guys are national players. I mean, to be a national player, you got to be a very good player. So having gotten both of these players, it looks good for the Hikers, for us in terms of defending our championship.
All right, let's talk a little bit about your overseas-based players. Zidane Haywood from Barbados, what does he bring to your team?
Well, Zidane is a wicket-keeper batsman. He bat at the top, and he give you that batting, that attacking batting. If you look at the Barbados A versus Dominica earlier this year, you would have seen that. Well, later this year, you would have seen that Zidane scored some runs against the Dominican team. So, picking him in the Hikers setup, it does well for us. And knowing that we have Rajan here, so we have this connection with these two guys, and we expect that whatever we put on the field this year would be a product that the fans will enjoy.
And that's the Valley Hikers manager, Gary Benjamin. The Valley Hikers will also have female players Ernisha Fontaine and Ronette Sanford attached to their franchisees. Ray Kazimi and Kevin James will handle the coaching responsibilities for the franchise. The 6th edition of the Dream 11 Nature Isle T10 tournament will get underway on December 7. We will bring you the picks from the other teams in another broadcast. We're staying with cricket news. Half centuries from Sharif Asalanka and Nishan Maduska helped Sri Lanka to a comfortable win over the West Indies in the first one-day international Sunday. The wind is batted first and they were 185 for 4 after 38.3 overs before the rains brought a premature end to their innings. Shafin Rutherford got 74 not out, Casey Kati 37 and Ruston Chase 33 not out. Hasaranga picked up 2 for 18 for Sri Lanka, while Sri Lanka chasing a revised target of 232 from 37 overs got to 234 for 5 in 31.5 overs. Asalanka made 77, Maduska 69, Gudakesh Moti picked up 3 for 47 and Alzari Joseph 2 for 39. Sri Lanka won by 5 wickets via the Duckworth-Lewis method. West Indies captain Shea Hope said the team will have to regroup and come again.
Yeah, but again, it's something that we can't control. We got to focus on what we can focus on. Yes, you're challenging conditions, but having said that, we got to make sure we're better next time.
Yeah, that's right. But what about your batting? If you started off, yes, there was momentum, but you would have been disappointed with those first 3 wickets.
Yeah, I thought that the guys showed a bit of intent at the back end of the innings. I'm sure Finn played a really good knock. I think we need to take a leaf out of his book in a sense, especially at the top. We got to show a little bit more intent as batters, and I think we're going to get a bigger score.
Yeah, and back again on your fielding and particularly the bowling, how tough was it to handle that wet ball?
Yeah, it was challenging. I personally don't bowl the many balls, but every time the ball is wet, it's going to be especially a lot more difficult for the spinners. But yeah, we just got to find a way to combat that next time and then find ways to get wickets.
And that's the West Indies captain Shea Hope. The second one-day international is set for Wednesday. Some very important football news now. Central Cooperative Credit Union Dubla FC suffered a setback in their bid to retain their DFA Premier League title as they were beaten last night by Tranquility Beach Middleham United as the DFA Premier League continued last night at the DFA Technical Centre. Dubla were nowhere close to their best last night, but despite the poor start, they managed to go in front against the run of play as the league's leading scorer Travis Joseph put them in front in the second half. Josima Gustav equalized for Middleham United soon after, and then the national player Malachi Bonney got the winner from the penalty spot as Middleham took the match by 2-1. Dubla captain for the evening, Chad Bertrand, said his team was poor.
Well, to be honest, we didn't come to play at all tonight. We didn't show up tonight at all. I don't know. We couldn't string passes on the field. We were just not gelling well.
What do you think maybe contributed to that?
Well, I have no idea. For me now, I'm just shocked at the way we play. So I don't even know what really went wrong.
But despite that, you guys went in front against the run of play. But defensively, you made some crucial errors.
Yeah, as I said before, like we were not on our game. Offensively, defensively, we just didn't show up today.
How much of a loss or how much of a blow was it not having Brielle Thomas tonight?
Of course, I have a good combination with Brielle. Brielle is basically the backbone of our team, and of course, he wasn't there today, and then you could see like we miss him. But we just go back to the drawing board and just come back stronger next game.
And that's the Dubla captain, Chad Bertrand. The loss leaves Dubla on 31 points, while Middleham United picked up 3 points to move to 29 points. Middleham United coach Ronnie Gustave was pleased with the showing from his team.
Now, Dubla, quick word on the performance tonight.
Well, I mean, the guys are focused, and I mean, they're on the pitch and they decided they had to come today and play a game and make Dubla know what happened in the past was just a mistake. You know what I mean? But football is a funny thing. I mean, we were well prepared for that game, mentally and physically, you know. Well, as you can see how the game turned out, we had a lot of more possession and then more opportunities, you know. In the creative phase, we get a lot of chances. Even in the build-up phase, you could see it was not just banging, it was composed and knocking the ball around. You know, Dubla really came to the game, but we had our game set for them. We know what to expect. Let them play in their build-up phase, and then we put the press on them. When we put the press on them, as a result, we got the ball and start attacking them.
What was the message to the team when you went down that goal there against the run of play? Managed to get 2 quick goals, but what basically did you say to the team?
Well, I tell the guys, all we have to do is keep focused. We have a game plan. Let's continue the game plan. You know, let's a little more communication on the pitch, and let's continue knocking the ball the way we are knocking the ball. We know our strength is the ball on the ground moving, you know, and then I know the character players I have and the players that I am is on the pitch. I know they will always come and push, and as a result, we got the goal, and that put a hype on the players to come in and get the second one.
And that's the Middleham United coach Ronnie Gustave. Meantime, second place Valvoline United did what they had to do to keep the title race interesting. They picked up a 5-0 win over Laura Dorset Bath State. Kian Thomas got a brace, while Roosevelt Coppell, Randall Coppell, and Leon Edwards got a goal each. The win moves We United to 31 points, level on points with Dubla. We United has 4 games remaining, while Dubla has 5 games remaining in the season. Meantime, the loss keeps Bath State in the relegation zone with 11 points, with 2 more games left in their season. In other results from the weekend, Sagiko Southeast continued with their recent good run as they picked up a 3-0 win over Bath State Maho. That should be Bath State Maho Soccer Strikers. In fact, that should be Belfast State Maho Soccer Strikers. Adriel Lawrence got 2 goals, and Josle Prince also scored for the Southeast. And Promex Harlem beat Roosevelt Skerrit Bombers 2-0. Odell Francis and Jahil Daniel got the goals for Harlem. Finally, back to some cricket news. It was a historic weekend for New Zealand's men and women's cricket teams. The New Zealand women captured the ICC Women's T20 World Cup title, beating South Africa in the final on Sunday, while the men claimed their first Test victory in India for 36 years. The Kiwis recorded just their 3rd ever victory in India as they won the first Test by 8 wickets on Sunday. The win gives New Zealand a 1-0 lead in the best-of-3 series. The final scores: India 46 and 462 all out, New Zealand 402 and 110 for 2. New Zealand won by 8 wickets. That too is a look at the morning news and sports. On behalf of the news and sports departments and our link person Hazari Williams, Curtis Matthew saying good morning.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
One easy loan.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
To upgrade my phone and even my home with one simple loan.
More money.
To have your wedding, to go traveling, to do anything.
More money.
No security. Speedy delivery, just check NBT. Apply anytime. In branch online, it's more money time.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
No collateral.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Speedy delivery.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Just check NBT.
More money with NBT, it's more money.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fenced pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
DBS News. Accurate, up-to-date, professional. We bring you the news of the nation via 3 newscasts, Monday to Saturday at 7 a.m. The DBS Major Morning News, 1:15 p.m. Your lunchtime news bulletin, and at 6 in the evening, the DBS Evening News. Call us at 448-4302. Listen on www.dbcradio.net. Don't forget to like our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/DBS Radio. Stay on top of the nation's news with your nation station, DBS. Coming up shortly, we'll bring you your morning's weather report. Just before we do so, would like to remind you of your Kalinago word, phrase, or sentence of the day. And of course, today we got a short sentence. Sit next to me. Yoruba Nao Boaku. Yoruba Nao Boaku. Sit next to me in Kalinago. And that's Yoruba. Yuruba. Naoboaku. Naoboaku. Yoruba Naoboaku. Sit next to me in Kalinago. Join us tomorrow morning, God willing, at roughly 6:47 for another edition of your Kalinago Word of the Day here on your nation station, DBS Radio. Up next, your morning's weather report, made possible compliments the good folks of Big Edge Financial and Flow Dominica Limited.
Here's a fun fact. In just 29 seconds, you can say goodbye to paper bills forever. Seriously, in 29 seconds. That's less time than this ad. Head over to discoverflow.co or visit us in-store and update your contact information now. By October 1st, your bills will be digital, easy to access, secure, and hassle-free. So what are you waiting for? This ad still has 2 seconds left, and you could have already gone paperless.
At this time, we greet Dervon Matthew with this morning's weather report. Good morning.
Good morning. The weather update from the Dominican Meteorological Service at Douglas Charles Airport for the 21st of October 2024, recorded at 7 a.m. Today's weather is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy, hazy, and breezy with some scattered showers. The conditions at the Douglas Charles Airport: cloudy and hazy, with variable surface winds at 2 knots or 4 kilometers per hour. The present temperature, 26 degrees Celsius or 79 degrees Fahrenheit. Yesterday's rainfall was 20.2 millimeters and the monthly rainfall so far is 76.1 millimeters. The sun will set today at 5:41 p.m. and rise tomorrow at 5:59 a.m. The high tide today will be at 5:49 p.m. and the next low tide will be at 11:18 a.m. The weather outlook for Dominica and the Lesser Antilles. A high-pressure system is becoming the dominant feature today. Patches of low-level clouds within the wind flow could result in occasional cloudiness with some scattered showers and possible isolated thunderstorms. A moist and unstable air mass is likely to result in wet conditions from Tuesday. Light hail and dust is expected to reduce air quality and visibility from tonight into Tuesday. People with respiratory sensitivities should take the precautions to avoid complications. Slight to moderate seas are expected during the next 24 hours with waves up to 7 feet. An increase to near 8 feet is likely along the eastern coast on Tuesday. Synopsis: a high-pressure system is becoming the dominant feature. The forecast for today and tonight: partly cloudy to cloudy, hazy and breezy with some scattered showers. The winds: east-southeasterly to east-northeasterly at 15 to 35 km per hour with higher gusts and showers. The sea conditions: slight to moderate in open water with waves expected to be 1 to 2 meters or 3 to 7 feet. There are no warnings or advisories at this time. We are presently in the Atlantic hurricane season. For more information on weather conditions, visit our website at www.weather.gov.dm or call us at 266-4490. For further information, you can like our Facebook page at Dominica Meteorological Service, follow us on Instagram at Dominica Met, or add our WhatsApp channel at 618-3469. Reporting from the Douglas Charles Airport, I am Devon Matthew.
And we thank Dervon Matthew for this morning's weather report, made possible compliments Flow Dominica Limited and Big Edge Financial.
You've got the edge over your circumstances. Many times there'll be trials to face, at least when it comes to your waning finances. You've got the edge, help is coming your way. You've got Big Edge for those days when you're running low. Big Edge is the place to go. Big Edge, the cash can be in your hand with the easiest payment plan. Big Edge, cash in a flash.
Make weather information a part of your daily life. Listen to the weather report after the morning news and at 1:10 p.m. daily on DBS Radio. A message from the Dominica Meteorological Service, your trusted source for weather information.
This is DBS Radio.
It's now 17 minutes before 8. Of course, you are tuned in to your nation station, national broadcaster, DBS Radio. I'm a bit blind in studios at this time, but I just took a step out and just to get a feel of the traffic and just a heads up for our listeners or our drivers traversing the Victoria Street route that the way is clear. Traffic is flowing quite nicely on Victoria Street at this time. Whether you're headed south or north, you're good to go. Up next, we're bringing you your morning's presentation of the general announcements and what's on your community bulletin board, made possible compliments Valley Engineering Sales and Services and the Central Cooperative Credit Union.
Central Cooperative Credit Union is encouraging all members to update their accounts. Members, please present the following at any of our 2 branches. Valid picture ID. This could be a passport, Dominica Social Security card, government-issued ID, such as driver's license or state ID. Proof of address, reflecting your name and current address. This document could be a utility bill, hire purchase document, bank statement, bank reference letter, employment letter, or driver's license. Where your driver's license is presented as a proof of address, You will need to present your passport or Dominica Social Security card as identification. While you are at the branch of your choice, please take the opportunity to update the beneficiary to your account. The purpose of this is to ensure that upon your death, the person whom you so desire will get the proceeds to your account. Please visit our Goodwill or Portsmouth branch today. Our friendly and efficient staff are waiting to serve you.
Stretch your dollar at Valley Engineering. At Valley Engineering, our customers enjoy our dollar stretching price policy. Save money. Valley dollar stretch prices apply to a wide range of parts, which include water pumps, shock absorbers, steering and suspension parts, clutches, pressure plates, filters, oh yes, oil, gas, and air filters, NGK plugs, ball and roller bearings for wheels and transmission, timing and fan belts, engine gaskets, mechanics tools, brake parts, wiper blades, mud guards, grills, batteries, lubricants, starter and alternator parts, bulbs, head and park lamp, and many more items.